Think you're ready for the collapse. You've got your bug out bag, your water filter, and your canned goods. But what about the habits no one talks about? This isn't about starting a fire or loading a magazine. These are the unconventional survival habits that will separate survivors from statistics when society crumbles. Welcome to Prepper's Paradigm, your channel dedicated to practical prepping and disaster preparedness. I use a computer-generated voice in these videos because my own is hard to understand due to an injury. Today, we're going beyond the standard prepping checklist. Stockpiles and supplies are important, but they only take you so far. True survival in a post-collapse world depends on mindset, adaptability, and a set of unconventional habits most people overlook. In this video, I'll walk you through 7 survival habits that don't get much attention, but could make all the difference when the grid goes down and order disappears. Every prepper knows the basics: beans, bullets, and bandages. But in a collapse, those supplies only last so long. When they run out, what's left? That's where mindset takes over. Survival isn't just about what you've stored in your pantry. It's about preparing your mind for prolonged chaos. Think about it this way. A bug-out bag can carry you through a few days. A well-stocked pantry can get you through a few months. But neither of those matter if your head isn't ready for the grind of day-to-day survival in a broken world. Stress, fatigue, and uncertainty will wear people down faster than hunger or thirst. That's why the first unconventional habit is training yourself to go beyond the bag. Get used to pushing through discomfort. Practice problem solving when resources are scarce. And most importantly, condition your mind to accept that collapse isn't a weekend adventure. It's a way of life until stability returns, if it ever does. In a post-collapse world, information is everything. The people who notice what others miss will always have the advantage. This is where developing a third eye mindset comes in. It's about sharpening your awareness until you start to see patterns and details most people overlook. Start by practicing hyper-observational awareness. Notice the small things: a broken twig on a path, a fresh set of footprints, or a shift in someone's tone of voice. These tiny signals can reveal threats or opportunities before they're obvious. Next, learn to read people. In times of crisis, human behavior becomes predictable if you pay attention. Body language, group dynamics, and even small routines can help you to decide whether someone is desperate, dangerous, or worth approaching. Finally, don't ignore your gut. Your instincts are shaped by thousands of years of survival. If something feels wrong, it usually is. Train yourself to trust that inner alarm and act on it, even when others dismiss it. This habit isn't about paranoia. It's about building a constant awareness that keeps you one step ahead of danger and gives you more chances to act before it's too late. When people think of collapse economics, they picture gold coins or silver bars. The truth is, most of that won't matter in the early stages. What will matter are the small, practical trades that keep people alive day by day. That's the art of micro-barter. It could be a box of matches, a roll of duct tape, or even knowledge like how to repair a tool or treat an infection. In desperate times, the smallest things take on huge value. A needle and thread might be worth more than a piece of jewelry. The real habit here is learning to see value where others don't. Think about what people run out of quickly, or what skills they never bothered to learn. Stockpile some small, high-value items for trade, but also focus on skills you can share. A quick repair, a lesson in foraging, or help purifying water could buy you goodwill and resources. Micro-barter also keeps you safer than large trades. Trading in small amounts avoids drawing attention or making yourself a target. You give just enough to meet the need without showing your full hand. In a fractured world, that kind of subtlety could mean survival. Collapse doesn't just strip away systems, it shatters trust. In that kind of world, knowing how to navigate human interaction becomes as valuable as any weapon or tool. That's where social engineering comes in. The key is building quick, temporary trust without giving away too much about yourself. Maybe it's through body language, tone of voice, or shared interests. You want to appear approachable enough to get what you need, but never so open that someone can use it against you. Selective vulnerability is another part of this habit. Sometimes revealing a little weakness, like being short on water, can encourage others to step in and help. But it has to be controlled. Never reveal everything, and never let others see your true reserves or skills. This isn't about manipulation for its own sake. It's about survival in a fractured community where everyone is calculating risk and reward. A well-placed word, a sign of respect, or even silence at the right moment can keep you alive when brute force won't. Modern life has made most people dependent on technology and supply chains. When those collapse, the survivors will be the ones who can fall back on skills that have been forgotten. Start with repurposing. What others see as trash, you should see as raw material. Scrap metal, broken furniture, even old clothing can be turned into tools, shelter, or fuel. This habit isn't just about being creative. It's about seeing potential in everything around you. Next comes medicine. Pharmacies won't stay stocked forever. Learning primitive remedies and natural healing methods can fill the gap when there's no doctor or hospital. Herbs for infection, plants for pain relief, and basic first aid knowledge could save lives, including your own. Silent communication and tracking round out this skill set. Hand signals, marks, or even body posture can replace spoken words when quiet is necessary. Tracking lets you follow others or avoid being followed yourself. Both are crafts rooted in older ways of living that still work when modern systems fail. Mastering forgotten crafts doesn't just make you more self-sufficient. It makes you a resource others will value, and that can make all the difference in a post-collapse world. I just mentioned this, but it's worth looking at in more detail. Noise draws attention, and attention in a collapse can get you killed. That's why learning to move silently and communicate without words is a survival habit too many overlook. Start with movement. Whether you're in the woods or in an abandoned city block, every sound carries further than you think. Practice walking with soft steps, rolling your feet instead of stomping, and avoiding dry leaves, gravel, or anything that snaps or crunches. Even how you control your breathing can make the difference between staying hidden and being discovered. Communication matters just as much. Spoken words can give away your position or alert the wrong ears. Hand signals, coded gestures, or even prearranged markings can let you coordinate with others without making a sound. Hunters, scouts, and soldiers have used these methods for centuries, and they're just as effective in survival situations. This habit might not feel important compared to food or water, but in reality, the ability to stay unseen and unheard could save your supplies, your group, and your life. In a post-collapse world, rigidity is a liability. People who cling to a single plan or routine will struggle when circumstances change. Adaptability isn't just useful, it's essential. Start by learning to pivot quickly. Maybe the route you planned is blocked, or the supply you counted on runs out. Instead of freezing, train yourself to immediately look for the next option. Survivors are the ones who can shift course without hesitation. Minimalism ties into this habit. The less you depend on, the easier it becomes to move, improvise, and endure. A smaller footprint means fewer needs and fewer vulnerabilities. Finally, cultivate curiosity and continuous learning. Every skill you pick up, whether it's repairing a tool, foraging, or speaking a second language, gives you more ways to adapt when the world doesn't cooperate. Survival belongs to those who never stop learning. Adaptability is the habit that connects all the others. Supplies can be stolen, and plans can fail, but the ability to bend without breaking is what will carry you through. These 7 habits are what turn preparation into survival. Gear and stockpiles matter, but they can be lost, stolen, or run out. Habits, on the other hand, stay with you. They sharpen your awareness, strengthen your adaptability, and give you an edge when the rest of the world is falling apart. Start working on these habits now, before you need them. The more you weave them into your daily life, the more natural they'll feel when collapse turns from theory into reality. If this video helped you see survival in a new light, give it a thumbs up, share it with other preppers, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you next time.